What is up, y'all? It's your girl, brand new, and honey, I am back in the building. This time, honey, I'm back for a recap of Real Housewives of Potomac. This is for season 7, episode 2. This episode was banging, honey. I was like, come on, Potomac, with your bad self. So without further ado, you guys, let's talk about this episode. So we got Gizelle. I forgot to tell y'all last week, Gizelle was just standing there looking, honey, after Mia told her to mind her damn business, okay? She told her to shut the fuck up and get back to work, okay? So Gizelle is F me, you know, she's singing and stuff, making fun of, you know, what Mia is saying. We got Wendy over there with a scholar. Now, why they didn't add a scholar to the cast? I like a scholar. She speaks up. She's beautiful. Her hair is always banging, honey, okay? But Wendy had me tickled because she like, who is that? What's going on? And Candiace is over there with a scholar and Wendy, and she's like, well, do we have to go over there? Candiace, get your ass over there, girl. Okay, so they start walking towards Mia and Gizelle and Robin and Ashley and Karen and them. So Mia begins explaining to Gizelle, you know, people are not perfect and people go through things, and if I want to share my business on social media, I can share my business. None of you all have been there for me. My friend Jacqueline, you know, she's been there for me through everything. And Gizelle was like, well, yeah, I understand that, you know, people go through things, but, you know, you didn't have to put that, you know, online like that. And there are certain people, you guys, that use diseases. They will use somebody's death. Oh yeah, people do little shady, shifty things to get their way in this world. They do. Is that what I think Mia was doing? My whole thing with Mia is this, especially when it comes to cancer. I know they have to do a lot of testing, right? So I just feel like you shouldn't share what's going on with you until you are clear. And right now, she's really not clear on exactly what she has, right? Because she's going through the testing process. Okay, so yeah. It's just weird to me. But see, that damn Mia is a strange bird. Now, we didn't get to talk last week about Mia and how she lived down the street from Karen, and she is renting a home for $10,000. Why? Why not own it? You're a smart businesswoman. You got all these damn businesses, and you did $65,000 of renovations on a home you don't even own just for you to rent. So that alone, honey, shows you the type of woman that Mia is. Okay, and Mia needs to be in therapy. I'm serious, you guys. She got some mental health issues from what it looked like, you know, to me, honey, okay? Who does stuff like that, okay? What's up with all these bad financial decisions with women that got husbands, honey, okay? Like, why is the men allowing them to spend all this damn money? Okay, that's a waste of damn money. So Robin interjects and she's just like, well, the way you shared it, Mia, on social media and how you left it all open-ended, it just seemed, you know, like you was, you know, like looking for attention. So Wendy and the girls walk over there, and so they begin asking, well, what's going on? That's what Wendy was saying. And Karen was like, well, they are basically judging her on how she chose to share, you know, her health scare on social media. And then the girl Jacqueline began saying, well, you know, sometimes, you know, you're going through things and then, you know, it make you feel better. Listen, I just don't feel like you should make an announcement like that on social media. That's how we just go clear this shit up. I really don't know Mia's intentions. Maybe that made her feel better to kind of put something out there in the atmosphere. Sometimes, people do that, right? We kind of do it being YouTubers. We may tell you something from our past or something we went through. That way we can, be more relatable to you all. And people tend to like people like that. Like, oh, she going through that too. Oh, I had that same issue. It's kind of like a whole bonding experience, if you will. But yeah, I feel like, look, we're going to have to change up on that. Mia was looking for attention. Okay, she knew what she was doing. You don't, put shit on social media like that, and you're not really clear. So, and child, I heard her and that friend Jacqueline that's doing all this taking up for her, I heard they go be into it. And honey, Miss Robinson is definitely gonna be tuned in. Okay. Candiace even said in her confessional, I think everybody was curious about Mia's health scare, but there was another way to ask her. Okay. And then she mentions that's GIZELLE and that's her character. And that is GIZELLE's sorry ass character. GIZELLE, you sorry. And I cannot wait to get to the point to where I drag you. Okay. Because honey, it's going down. Okay. So Karen began saying, well, who are you, GIZELLE, to question her? And here goes GIZELLE. I didn't question her. GIZELLE be gaslighting like a mug, you guys. She be moonwalking, backpedaling, and pussy popping. It's just crazy. Then Robin interjects. Well, we're not going to act like only GIZELLE and Robin had questions about Mia's post. Ashley had an opinion, and Ashley did have an opinion. I guess Candiace had an opinion too. Last week, did y'all notice what GIZELLE tried to do? She tried to make it look like Karen had that same opinion that her and Robin had, and Karen did not. Karen was neutral. So, the other girls had an opinion, but they didn't speak it the way that GIZELLE did. When that girl came to Karen's party, is this what cancer looks like, or what it doesn't look like? Like, that's shady as hell. You don't do that. But you will do shit like that when you're miserable. And, life is not going your way, GIZELLE. Okay. And speaking of which, let's get on that damn Monique. Do y'all hear it was a big story on Sunday that her and Chris was separating. I knew it was a lie in my soul because Monique is not that bitch. And she always likes to clown GIZELLE for not having a man. She don't know how to keep nobody. And I know some of y'all will probably say, well, that's true. Or I'll say this about GIZELLE. GIZELLE needs to not come for folks' relationships, right? But at the same damn time, GIZELLE can go to that damn reunion by herself. She don't need no man there. I feel like a lot of Monique Samuel's existence is about her having a man. I really do. And it's so funny because she got her ass on that DC show and was like, yeah, I didn't have no identity outside my husband and my kid. Girl, you set that shit up like that. Okay, you tried to make them your whole identity. And you got lost. Chris didn't do nothing to you. Okay? So I automatically, you guys, knew that I said, I was planned on talking about it if they did separate. But my whole thing is, I don't believe this bitch has the guts to do it. She ain't that bitch. And she'll come at GIZELLE all day long about, oh, she can't keep nobody. And no, she actually know how to be by herself. I give GIZELLE that. But GIZELLE, she is emotionally unavailable. But that's a story, honey, for another day. I said that to say this. That damn Monique ain't going nowhere. She need Chris and she need his money. Okay, and I heard that I was about to call them the Real Housewives of DC. Love and Marriage DC. They not paying like Potomac was, right? And Monique claimed that the Potomac check wasn't about shit. But all the bragging and talking about money that she does, that's Chris money. And she knows soon as she leave Chris will have another bitch up in that house the following week or month. We'll give him that. But yeah, her ass ain't going nowhere because it's too much a part of her identity. And I'm going to be honest with y'all, I think Monique should leave reality TV. I do. I think she needs some type of personal help with her marriage and on how to appreciate her man and talk to her man. I do. I really do. So Charisse comes in and she starts hugging on Karen. I don't even think that Karen invited Charisse. Robin probably invited her. And I noticed what Gizelle and Robin like to do. They like to put Charisse and Karen against each other. Because even when they hugged, Karen and Charisse, Gizelle got to saying some little funny comment. Yeah, Gizelle was like, y'all are good? And yeah, all of that is for y'all supposed to hate each other. And she's going to do that. She'll play nice with Karen. I'm talking about Gizelle. She'll play nice with her. But y'all just watch throughout the season. She'll be using Charisse to throw Karen under the bus. You already done heard Robin throw Karen under the bus with the whole, well, she's really not the grand dame. And if it wasn't for Charisse, and listen, Charisse may be responsible for getting you all together to do this show, for knowing you all, but that's probably about it. I actually like Charisse. I do. But she's not Karen. The fans, they like Karen. Karen has her own fan base. I have never really heard, like, from looking at social media, anybody liking Charisse's personality the way that people like Karen. On these shows, you got to be likable. You do. And Charisse, you know, for whatever reason, everybody just don't take to Charisse like that. So, but I noticed Robin and Gizelle, just watch them. They do a lot of shucking and jiving for Charisse. And I know y'all gonna say, well, that's they girl, and why wouldn't they? Yeah, but there's a such thing as overly defending people and not letting them carry their own. Let's go back to season 3. Yeah, when Candiace joined, they was overly defending Charisse like she was a fucking little kid. Okay? And Candiace, Hurricane Candiace, had to get their ass together like, girl, are you her mother? Like, you sit there in your greens, okay? So, honey, yes. So Karen checks in with Mia asking if she's okay, and Mia says, you know, she has a story to share and her mission is bigger than her, and, you know, she's looking to help people during this time in her life. I hope so, Mia, but, you know, people do that type of shit, you guys. They will drop bombs about them being sick. My brother, one of my brothers, actually, like, killed off one of his friends. And when I say that, I mean, he had told, me and my mother that the person was dead before they were like actually dead. And my mother was like, why would he do that? Attention. People do some crazy shit for attention. I have had, old friends reach out to me when somebody has died in their life, trying to kind of use that as an olive branch. Well, let me get back in with her and tell her who died. That way we could get back in and be back cool, and, you know, she'll forget about all the shit that I done said and did over the year. No. Okay, not today, and tomorrow don't look good either. And Mia, girl, the girls are watching you, honey. I like Gizelle and Gordon's exchange. Gizelle got to saying, well, Gordon, hey, you done lost some weight. And he was like, well, don't look behind me. It may be behind there. I thought that was funny. So Katie pops up. She has green eyes and a bald head. That goddamn Katie is a strange bird, but she got my sign, honey. She is a Cancer. I'm going to tell you something about Cancers. We don't give a fuck. Do not buy all this sensitive, sentimental shit. We are sensitive, but we're definitely hard on the outside, soft on the inside. But we have our eccentric ways. Like, I can see myself in Katie. I can't see me grabbing Ray's ass, but that's what Katie ended up doing, honey. And the girls were tickled. They had brought Katie on over to Ray because remember when they was playing that game of who would your spouse be attracted to if they wasn't with you, Ray wrote down Katie's name. That damn Giselle is the one who started that. Yeah, so she the one that walked Katie on over there to Ray, and she's grabbing his ass. Everybody just, oh my God, that shit was so funny. But that's a Cancer. Like, we just do little crazy, we will do some shit like that. And I like that nobody took it the wrong way. Like Karen didn't get mad. Now she did walk on over there to Katie and was like, girl, what are you doing? You know, kind of giving her that look. And Karen said in her confessional that damn Ray was pretty excited. Ray, I ain't never seen him laugh and smile like that. That was just crazy. But anyways, I seen what Ashley and Candiace, they were talking, and they were talking about how Candiace is freezing her eggs, and Wendy had mentioned that she's happy that Candiace and Ashley are getting along. So Karen get her ass on the mic, talking about God knows what. The ladies are perturbed and they're laughing at her. They just like, girl, get off that mic. What you talking about? It just seemed like this weird speech, you know. At first she started out talking about welcome to my little spring fling party, and then it just got weird. I was like, okay, Karen, think you done had one too many, honey, to drink. So we see Candiace and Chris, they leave. Candiace is going to the Grammys, and Chris said, honey, he had to go to work. So I think, yeah, I saw him talking to Giselle. I was like, oh, okay. And you notice Chris is always friendly, you know, with the women. Not specifically Giselle, like Candiace ended up saying in this episode. He looks at all those ladies as his sisters. He's always polite, you know, with them, down to earth. So for Giselle, honey, to reach the way she go reach, we go get to it. It's just an all new low. But I told y'all got to watch out for people like her and Kenya. They are always plotting on somebody's marriage, you know, trying to third party attach themselves to somebody's situation. That way we ain't really in their life, right? And what they're doing. Shout out to my girl Candiace. I saw her performance at the BravoCon. She performed Drive Back, which is my shit. I loved it. She did so good, and she looked sexy as hell. I was like, come on, girl, showing all that thigh, girl. So next we see Karen. She goes and gets some breast augmentation done. And next we see Candiace and her sister. Her sister is really pretty. Let me say this. I seen a picture of Miss Dorothy's second husband. He sure is fine. And where is Dorothy? Did Candiace put up those boundaries? I hope she did, honey. But yeah, Dorothy, that man was fine, honey. I was like, yes. I think he is the father of that sister that we saw on this episode. Candiace says that her sister was living in an apartment and now she's living with her because her family, I guess, found a property and she's having it built. I was like, oh shit, okay. So she's staying with Candiace and Chris. We see Candiace cooking. She says she is making chicken stew and she is drinking some wine, honey. Candiace begins telling her sister how she went to the IVF doctor so she could begin the process of freezing her eggs. Candiace says she wants to try to get pregnant naturally, probably by the end of this year. Candiace says she is nervous about becoming a mom because it is the most permanent thing you will ever do in your life. You are right, girl. And you also got to make sure you ain't got a crazy baby daddy. You in good hands, though, with Chris. Candiace mentions how much Chris works now, and, they barely have enough time to get it in because, he's coming in at 1 a.m., and he's tired, she's tired. Her sister asks how has she been adjusting to Chris working a lot. Candiace says she hasn't adjusted. Candiace, you're gonna need to adjust. The man needs a job. You're gonna have to grow up and accept it, okay? The man gotta work, okay? Because if he ends up working for you, them girls go be working that storyline, talking about he using you for your money and riding your coattails, and no. Candiace says she wants Chris to spend more quality time with her, cuddling with her. I get that. I understand that. Next, we got Ashley and baby Dylan, and Ashley is putting some donuts out for her friend Deborah. Ashley says she met Deborah at a mommy playgroup. Dylan looks white. I'm like, girl, it's Ashley, that baby ain't got no color. It looked like Dean had a little color to him, right? Or is he white? He looks white, I guess, too. But Dean kind of looked like Ashley. Dylan, I don't see Ashley or Michael. Maybe that's a good thing, okay? But Deborah, her son, looked just like her, honey. Ashley is so exhausting, annoying, and confusing. Bitch, are you getting a divorce or not? Why is Michael still sleeping there? Probably because Michael is probably still paying all the bills. Okay, so this is another bitch that ain't going nowhere. She just like Monique Samuels. They could talk all that shit about these men. They ain't going nowhere. I don't even think Ashley knows how to be by herself. I really don't. That's why she has allowed this man to cheat on her over and over again. Did y'all catch that part later? We gonna get to it. But she was like, well, Michael's not cheating. Well, at least not now. Are y'all even together? What is going on? Well, all we do, when she tell her friend, all we do is just talk about the kids. Okay. That man don't need to stay with you. She's still using him for the money. Girl. By Ashley. So Ashley's friend gets to asking her, well, what's going on with where you plan on living? You get in a house, and then Michael, I guess he's gonna stay in the condo because Michael likes that, it's a maintenance man, and there's somebody that's gonna pick up the yard and, cut the grass and those type of things. Ashley, once again, her codependent ass tells her friend, well, if something happens, at the house that I'm at, Michael, I'll call him. He'll take care of it. You are not moving like an independent woman at all. At all. This shit is just, it's not even cute to me. I can't be like, girl, get your money, girl. I can't even be on that. You're not acting the right way, Ashley. You act like you are broke, you are on welfare, you are on WIC. I done seen bitches that's on WIC, food stamps, and they independent as hell. They work and they moving and shaking. They houses, on a lease, and, they name, I should say, is on the lease. They moving and shaking and making shit happen. And you have all the privilege in the world, and you don't have enough confidence in yourself to do things by yourself. You still waiting on this old ass man. You make a pretty penny. Y'all on season 7, and you are a day one. I'm sure y'all get a raise every year. And you still can't move and shake and do shit on your own. It's pathetic. Her friend is full of shit because she talking about, well, I tell you all the time, Ashley, you deserve everything that, you put in. And girl, your friend what is she doing? She's hustling backwards. This is not forwards. This is backwards. Okay, so everything that she did with this scam of a marriage is gonna come right back to her. And she got a lot of fucking nerve later trying to tell Candiace that she think Chris want her. Her and Gizelle are really delusional, and it's really annoying, and it's disgusting at this point. Don't nobody want y'all. Hell, the men y'all with don't even want y'all. Okay, let alone another woman's husband. Okay, I don't think Michael really want Ashley. When somebody wants you, they want just you. Your nigga shit, well, he ain't no nigga, but shit, he a wigger. Your man wants you, Ashley, and another woman, which equals him not wanting you. Okay, whenever your man needs you with another bitch, like, girl, goodbye. He knows you don't have no self-respect, no dignity. He knows that, you guys. Ashley just, and it's crazy because when this show first started, it was her doing all this preaching and teaching of Robin about how she should love herself and have respect for herself. And look at how you move. Ugh. And Ashley know that Michael don't want her, because she know as soon as she leave that house, Michael go be dating somebody else. That's what she said to her friend. Okay, and then she hustles backwards again and says, oh, well, I'll entertain people. I'm not really ready to date, but it's weird because, I'm still married. Girl, you better move on with your life. And quit with the I'm still married. You all loyal and faithful to somebody that has not been those things to you in this marriage. Okay? Like, girl, just stupid. Ugh. Ashley says she feels like she owes Michael exclusiveness because, that's the respectful thing to do. After all, they are still married. Just such a dodo bird. That's just so stupid. Anyway, she says she occupies her time by doing TikTok. She loves doing the different dances. Hopefully, Ashley, you making some money off of TikTok. Hopefully you're not dumb and you just sitting up there doing it for free. So next we got Robin and Gizelle, they meet up. So immediately, as soon as Robin sits down, she tells Gizelle she has a bone to pick with her over the comment that Gizelle made to Ashley about Juan's name not being on their house, and then Gizelle plays dumb and, oh, with me? Oh, I didn't, bitch, you knew what you was doing. Stop playing. Okay, and I'm really sick of this whole song and dance with Gizelle where it takes Robin. And if y'all notice that, please comment, please, okay? If you notice what I'm talking about, please say something in the comments about what I'm talking about. It's kind of this thing where she only cares about Robin's feelings. That's why I want her ass off the show. Because if you only care about how Robin feels, why are you on the show? But it's kind of this attitude of, oh, Robin said something, so now I was wrong and I need to work on my behavior. Meanwhile, other people can tell you what you do wrong and you don't feel any remorse. There's no, I'm sorry. There's no, in my opinion, you guys, Gizelle is a caricature of herself. She's not even a person. I'm being honest. There's like no accountability, no responsibility. It takes Robin to point stuff out to your nearly 60-year-old ass. It's ridiculous. You even hear Karen in the scene, okay, because Karen was there when Gizelle said that to Ashley. She was like, don't you think you like telling too much of Robin's business? And then Gizelle said to Robin, another lie. Oh, I thought that she already knew that. Robin was like, how would she know that? I ain't told her, my business. Robin, you gonna have to watch this heifer, okay? Robin says to Gizelle, imagine if I would tell your business. Here goes Gizelle. Ooh, yeah, let's not. Yeah, Robin knows that that relationship with Jamal was a fake ass relationship for a storyline. Okay? Real women have real storylines. They don't third party themselves on to other people's marriages. They don't be telling their best friends business. Just trifling, honey. Okay? So Robin explains, honey, in her confessional that Juan's credit has not recovered from the foreclosure and the interest rate on their house would have been higher if both of their names would end up on the house. But me personally, I would never put his damn name on my house. He done cheated and lied and left you abandoned to raise them boys. He was not helping out. And not only did he not help out with them boys, he didn't admit that he never admitted that he did you wrong. Do you see what I'm saying? And to me, you don't reward bad behavior. So I don't give a damn what the circumstance is. Juan Dixon's name would never be on my home. Okay? That's how I see that. And honey, that's another reason why she want to get that prenup the way that she got it. Okay? And some of y'all is arguing that, and I know I said something about it too. Remember she gave their money, she messed up the money, like her and Juan's money, and was giving it to her friend, and that man was stealing it and doing all of that, and that's why they ended up in that terrible financial situation. So honey, I don't think Juan is I don't see Juan probably signing that prenup. I don't see it. But I would make his ass sign. If she signed one for him, I think it's only fair. Shit, yeah. But my whole thing with that friend thing, I thought about it. It's not like she gave the money to the friend just to give him money. She thought he would invest and do right by her. That's not Robin's fault for making a human mistake. That's a human mistake, right? She made an error of judgment. She thought that friend was somebody she could trust. So in my opinion, she didn't really do anything to Juan. She didn't mean to do what she did. And if Juan felt like, she was going to do something on purpose to him, then I don't think he would still, be with her, is what I'm saying. So he knows that was a mistake. Robin says that she hates doubting her friends, like she hates to doubt, Ashley and this whole divorce with Michael, and then she hates to doubt Mia's health scare, but she just feels like GIZELLE handled that situation the wrong way. Like it was all about GIZELLE's delivery, and that's true. One thing I will give Robin on this here episode is Robin really stood for something. And that's the part of Robin that I like. I like that she's down to earth. I like that she's regular. I like that she's not super fancy and try to live outside her means. I like that she has a way of checking GIZELLE. Like, no, that's wrong. No, you shouldn't have said that, or you shouldn't have said it this way, or. So GIZELLE sends Mia a text, all because Robin pointed out her bad behavior, and she basically sends her a text saying, hey, my delivery was wrong. I apologize, yada, yada, yada. We hear later from Mia that she didn't even respond to GIZELLE's text. Okay, she says GIZELLE got to book an appointment. I said, come on, Mia, girl. So anyways, they get to talking about Chris, Candiace's husband, and GIZELLE gets to saying how inappropriate she feels he was with her at the reunion. Girl, when I tell you these girls be reaching when they ain't got no storyline, and she feel like Chris was being inappropriate with her. Why? Because he asked to speak to you. in her room. She was like, well, I assumed my glam was in there, but they weren't in there. And I'm like, girl, you are acting like a Karen. Like, you really need to cut it out. You the one that asked him to come in the room. Y'all was what, speaking? No, I guess he asked her. But either way, girl, he was just trying to talk to you. Okay, he look at you like a damn sister. So cut it out. Like, the reaching in this episode from her and Ashley. Ashley really should be ashamed of herself. Okay, your husband has been on this show embarrassing your ass left and right. Don't nobody want your big forehead ass. Okay, well, Chris, DM'd me at 2 something in the morning and was telling me to come to, like, don't he work at a hotel? He manages one. So that's probably why he was inviting you out. Anyways, Robin told Ashley, girl, it's nothing. He look at you like a sister. He's just being friendly the way he always has been to all of us. It's no big deal, So thank you, Robin, once again. Once again. Robin even mentions, as far as the Ashley situation, it was just Chris reaching out to Ashley, responding to her Instagram story. So reaching, like looking for something. I guess she called herself trying to get some revenge on Candiace, I guess, but it's stupid. Gizelle, this how you know she lying. She don't even remember the full conversation her and Chris had. She said he was talking mainly about Candiace. Let's go back to that reunion. You had Nicki Minaj on there with the rapist husband asking questions to Candiace about her album and just all up in her business. Like, that shit pissed me the hell off. And I know if Chris is Candiace's husband, it pissed him off. So that's probably what he was mad about. And you was on that stage, Gizelle, acting stupid too. And after the reunion, he was waiting on your ass like a security guard. Like, bitch, what's up? Okay? But yeah, she is, all in her feelings. Well, the glam, they wasn't even there. And even Robin was still looking at her like, okay, what's the problem? Did he touch you? No, he didn't touch me. He didn't say nothing a certain way. Okay, so what's the problem? There is no problem. You're trying to make one. Well, I think he was, and he had been drinking, and I've had many a married men try to test me, and I felt like he was trying to get He does not want you. You are really reaching. And then this man is a good cook. We done seen the episodes where he would cook for the girls and serve up drinks and stuff. Chris is a good dude. I see why you don't have nobody in your life, because you don't know how to treat people that are like good to you. And she doesn't think that people are nice to her, just, out of common decency. It's a courtesy. So, child, Candiace, I hope you are done with this bitch. I hope. Gizelle feels like he was complaining about Candiace at that reunion. So he was telling her, Chris, wasn't happy in his marriage. Did he come out and say that? No, you reaching because you're miserable. Child, ugh. And Gizelle, you light skin, you got the green eyes, but I was looking at Gizelle, her looks are fading. She's still attractive, but they are fading. And when you super high yellow like that, they really fade. I have yet to see a really light-skinned person. I'm not trying to be funny, but I have yet to see somebody, her color, age well, honey. She's aging, you guys. She really is. So she really needs to quit, okay? Because, girl, everybody don't want you. Hell, the men that have been with you didn't want you. Okay? So, girl. So we got Karen and Ray talking about her boob job. I guess she did it, a lift or something in her 30s. He didn't have a problem with it. Now she's at the age that he was at, I guess, when they got married. And, now, he has a problem with it. And Ray is saying he doesn't want, their daughter or nieces or younger women in the family to think that they need to do that. And Karen is just like, well, what's wrong with them doing that if they are not confident? And I'm with Karen. You have to feel confident with your body. And I am a big believer, if there's something you don't like, then, fix it if you can. And Karen, she looked damn good to me. So I don't see what the problem is, honey. Ray is just tired, honey, from, staying up all night, watching Matlock and Sanford and Son and, the rest of the old school shows. So Karen, honey, keep doing you. And that's basically, what it was, you guys. Karen said she gonna do her. He gonna have to catch up and get on with it. I was like, I know that's right, girl. So next we got Mia, Jacqueline, and G. Mia says in her confessional that Jacqueline is G's other wife. Like, I don't think you should say stuff like that. She says that they just don't do the do, but we know that G and Mia have, did threesomes in the past, which I am completely against. And that's that shit with Ashley, too. I think she did that with Michael. Y'all can't do that in these marriages and then he cheated on me. Because once you do that with a man, he gonna be like, well, shit, you let me do it before. Then, so I'm that type of man will always feel like he could step out. So, girl, and then you go end up falling out with this woman really bad on this show, Mia, and she his other wife. And no, they all sit down for lunch, guys, and they talk about Mia's health scare. And all I keep hearing is I still gotta get all this testing done. So you still don't have a clear, concrete disease of whatever you are allegedly or supposedly have. You still don't know what it is. You was in an MRI. I guess you had an MRI done, so she was talking about that. You just need to keep your mouth shut. Period. Jacqueline says she's disgusted by how the girls acted at Karen's spring party. She didn't feel like they were, really all that caring, when it came to Mia's health scare. It's not so much that they wasn't caring. They just feel like she was looking for attention and shit. It do look like that, okay? Gizelle said it the wrong way because her intentions were not good. And remember, I told y'all behavior reflects intentions. So that's what that was. So Jacqueline mentions Karen, and she felt like Karen was doing a CYA, covering your ass. I don't feel like Karen was trying to cover her ass. Karen was very neutral. She said that the way that Mia shared that on social media is different. It's not what she would have did, but she never judged Mia, and she just said, I need to hear more information. That was basically what Karen said. So for Jacqueline to get on Karen like that, when Karen is really the only friend to Mia on this show, I was like, yeah, Jacqueline, you a bit messy. Then they talked about Gizelle and how it wasn't even her party. And, Gizelle was being messy. So I ain't got much to say, honey, to that. So we got Ashley and Candiace. And Ashley basically tells Candiace that she thought it was weird that Chris DM'd her, about coming out to the W. It was in 2 a.m. and Candiace was like, yeah, he was still at work, and he looks at you and Robin and Gizelle like sisters, and that's what that was. He just wants to basically, promote the business that he works for and wants y'all to, come and support. That's what that was. These bitches are reaching. Ashley is trying to get some type of revenge on Candiace, and she always sabotages her and Candiace's relationship. She always does it. It's one thing, guys, for GIZELLE to do this, but for Ashley, with the history that they have had, with how volatile it has gotten, you would think she would, let just let bygones be bygones. But no, she was reaching. And Candiace was like, well, thank you, for telling me. I'll talk to my husband. But I'm sure that's pretty much what it was. So they squashed that. Why did Ashley say, oh, I thought Chris thought my homegirl was cute or something? Why are you bitches I wish I had a whole bunch of snowballs. I would throw them at y'all. Ashley, I would light that forehead up. Girl, don't nobody want you. Michael old ass don't even want you. So you need to go on somewhere and change Michael's diaper and keep it moving. So we got Ashley at the dance studio. She done brought cupcakes and some bubbly for the ladies. I guess, they're going to do this little dance class. So Robin gets on Ashley and GIZELLE because she like, well, do y'all have something y'all want to talk about? And basically, Ashley tells GIZELLE she didn't appreciate her tone with her about, she's lying about getting this divorce from Michael and, wanting to buy a home with him. And she feels like, all of that is weird. And I mean, GIZELLE is right when it comes to that, because nothing that Ashley say make any sense. You're not trying to really get no divorce. I bet you guys, she ain't gonna end up divorcing Michael. She just trying to buy time and be manipulative the way she has been their whole marriage, okay? GIZELLE said that Ashley is conflating issues. She feel like Mia was doing her little cancer stuff on social media for attention. And she feels like when it comes to Ashley, and as soon as she begins trying to go into that, Charisse comes. GIZELLE says that divorce is nothing that she plays with. She's been divorced. GIZELLE feels like one minute Ashley is getting a divorce, next minute she says she buying a house. Ashley brings up the fact that GIZELLE got back with Jamal 15 years later. Ashley shoots back and says, well, I guess there is no statute of limitations when it comes to someone's affections. I said, oh, GIZELLE, girl, that was a fake storyline and you know it. Just come clean. GIZELLE says, are you guys back together? Girl, she ain't never left. They still living together. They doing what Juan and Robin was doing. That's what's so weird about this. I remember when this show started, Robin and Juan was living together, and Ashley thought it was so weird. Now look at her. Okay, that's why people always say, honey, karma is a bitch. Okay? Remember how Ashley used to look out for Robin? You should love yourself. Now look at her. I just can't believe, honey. Okay, can't believe that's where we at. But that's where we at with this. Ashley gets to telling GIZELLE, well, he hasn't cheated on me or had any children on me, GIZELLE. He hasn't cheated on you? Not lately. Only, honey, on the first floor, okay? First floor. All right, yes, Ashley resides on the first floor. She may stay in a condo, but believe it, baby, it's on the first floor. Just, oh my gosh. Ooh, child. So, Ashley, you don't feel disrespected by Michael because he hasn't embarrassed you by having children with other women. Do you really need a baby in physical form to spell out to you that man don't respect you? Like, just stupid. No morals, no values, no integrity, no ethics. Nothing. She has nothing, you guys. So the girls all began dancing. They are all there. Wendy has came in, and Mia. I already said, what Mia said about GIZELLE, but they are doing a dirty wine, honey, doing some, Jamaican dances. What the hell was Robin doing? It's like she ain't got no rhythm. She look like a whole man up there. Robin is a beautiful woman. She really is. But it's like ain't no sensual femininity. Maybe if Juan is in a room, or Robin can get like that, honey. So Giselle pulls Candiace to the side and begins telling her the story about Chris and how actually, guys, it was her that mentioned we could go to my room and talk because she's thinking her glam is there. But you are an adult, whether they are in there or not, you have a choice to get out of that room and say, well, Chris, I would rather speak to you in the hall. That is what your ass should have did. But instead, your ass was reaching for a moment because you wanted to use this to secure your non-storyline having ass for next season. She knew what she was doing. And she don't mind doing it to Candiace. I knew she was going to come for Candiace because she don't respect Candiace. Because Giselle is one of those people where if you are younger and smarter than her, she don't like you. And y'all know she can't handle Candiace's mouth. Wendy almost beat her ass last season. She ain't gonna try it with Wendy no more. Okay? She was acting all calm, but I think she learned a lesson like, ooh, that damn Wendy beat the brakes off my ass. And yeah, so she sat up here telling Candiace all this about Chris and how she allegedly felt so uncomfortable. And Candiace is just like, Chris likes you guys. He sees you all as, as like my sisters. He has cooked for you all. You all have came by the house. Like, he's not coming at y'all in an inappropriate way. Okay? Candiace asked an important question. Did Chris do something to you? Here goes Giselle. No. Did he say something inappropriate to you? No. So, bitch, what are you doing? You're reaching for a storyline. And the man is a good cook. He ain't gonna cook for your ass now, Giselle. After you make up all these stories on him, you just messing up the game, honey. Then Giselle mentions, well, the next day I told Cal the situation. It still wasn't suspicious. I guess Chris has said goodbye to Cal, and so what? That ain't nothing. So Giselle trying to make it look like, well, Cal, is trying to say that Chris knew that he was gone. So he knew that, I guess, him and Giselle would be alone. But you the one that mentioned for him to come to your room. You are making shit up. Candiace is rolling her eyes. What I noticed with Candiace, you guys, is she's more irritated with Giselle than she was with Ashley. That's what I do notice. Okay? Giselle has her fucking nerve and says, well, Candiace, I get that's your husband, but you can't diminish how I feel. Bitch, you don't have a feeling. Okay? Because if you had a heart at all, Giselle, you would notice what, you would have learned from that shit that happened last year with Wendy, and you would leave folks' husbands alone. And I actually took your damn side when it came to you and Wendy, because I felt like Wendy overreacted, right? Because Wendy really went the fuck off, and it was like, okay, girl, you could have just told her, girl, I'm not doing, I didn't go get no work done just to keep my man. My man ain't cheating on me. You could have just told her like that. But no, Giselle, you didn't learn from that. You try this shit again. Okay? And what's annoying on this show, you guys, is they would isolate. If this was any other person on this show, they would isolate that person. They wouldn't want to film with that person. But because it's her, she'll get away with it. And that's what happens with these people like her and Kenya. They do this bad behavior, right? They're not yelling. They're not screaming. But, I can keep doing this bad behavior and I'll get away with it because I'm keeping an even tone. But yeah, Candiace immediately got up, walked away from her ass, went to talk to the producer. We're not doing this. We not gonna set my husband up for this bullshit. And I was with Candiace. I was with Candiace. It's stupid. Child, that damn Candiace clowned Michael. She said Michael is the one that disrespects people and make people feel uncomfortable. All that ass grabbing that he does. Y'all do this shit with him. They put the camera on Ashley. Child, semantics. They are clearly trying to start some shit, honey. And my girl, honey, Miss Candiace Dillard Bassett was not here for it. But anyways, honey, that's all I got for y'all. Let me know how y'all feel in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I am your girl, Brand New, and I will check you guys out in the next review.